Hey, my name is Shinichima, and today I'll be solving Leetcode problem 169, majority element. So for this question, we're given an array nums of size n, and our goal is to return the majority element. So the definition of the majority element is the element within our array that appears more than n over 2 times. And it says here that we may assume that the majority element always exists in the array. So basically, the majority element is an element that appears more than half the amount of times, right? So, for example, here we have an array of size 3, and we have 3, the element 3 that appears twice, right? The size of this array is 3, so half of that will be 1.5, and 3 appears twice, which is more than 1.5. In this case here, we're given an array of size 7, and we have here 2 as output because 2 appears 4 times and half of 7 is 3.5. So yeah. With that being said, let's go ahead and figure out how we could solve this. So this seems like a question where we'd have to count the frequency of each number or of each element within our array, and then so we count the frequency of each number of our array, and then at the end of counted frequency, we figure out if there are any elements that appears more than n over 2 times. So this is something that we can actually do on the fly, sort of, right? So we can have like a static variable that represents n over 2, and as we're counting the numbers in our array, we can just return whenever we hit a count of a particular number that is greater than n over 2. So let's follow that approach. So here we could say target equals when nums over 2, or majority element, right? Because that's what they call it. And then we could say nums counter equals the dictionary or hash map, because we're going to be used to counting it. So what we need to do is going to go through our input. Then we want to count each value in our input, right? And in order to count each value in our input, we just need to do something like this. Nums map at num equals nums map dot get num default to 0 plus 1. So what this does here is that it increments the value that's stored at this particular key by 1. If the value doesn't exist, it defaults it to 0 and adds 1 to the key. So it creates a key and adds 1 to it. And then after we do that, all we need to do here is we need to iterate through our key value pairs in our map and find the particular value that's the majority element. So what we can do here is that we can do for key val in nums map the items, if val is greater than majority element, return key. Alright, so for this one, we're just going through our map, then seeing if a particular count is greater than the majority element. We just return the key if that's the case. Run this, accepted, let's submit it, and it works fine. So let's analyze the time and space complexity here. So the time complexity is O of n, right? Iteration, we're iterating through our input, and then we're iterating through our dictionary, so it's O of n. Then space complexity is O of n, because we're using a map dictionary. So for the second part of this video, similarly to the other video that I described, there's a follow-up question here. And it asks us, can we solve the problem in linear time and O of 1 space? So basically, can can we solve this problem only um, using linear time and eliminating the use of our map or dictionary. So the next part of this video, I'll be solving this question in this most optimal form.